Everything about this plant is beautiful, right from its unusually shaped leaves, which are round, and the stem comes from not quite the center, it's off center. And the beautiful shaped flower, which kind of looks like a little face, you can see here and here. And its gorgeous colors, the oranges, the bright reds, the yellows, the cream. It's just a gorgeous flower. And I happen to love Nasturtium. Everything about it is, it's a wonderful gift of a plant. So I hope that by the end of this video that you will share my enthusiasm for Nasturtium. It's unique, tasty, and helpful. Hi, I'm Mary Bourne, traditional naturopath, and I love sharing natural remedies with people. Natural remedies have been around for hundreds, even thousands of years because they work, and they work on humans. So, I want to thank you for joining me today. I hope that you like this video and that you give me a thumbs up and share it with others. Maybe leave a comment or two. I love hearing from people. If you've been watching my channel for some time, my Health to Home classes and the Preppy Herbalist have been focusing on this year, 2021, the whole year. I've been dedicating each class to a single herb or flower or plant that is not only good to use for food, but also beneficial for health. So Nasturtium is also beneficial for health, and we'll go through a few of these things. It is beautiful, old-fashioned, edible. It attracts hummingbirds, butterflies, bees, and other beneficial insects. So the insect world and the animal kingdom love it as much as I do. It's easy to grow. Nasturtium have trumpet-shaped flowers, range from brilliant hues of flaming orange and butter yellow to cooler tones like rose and salmon, to subtle shades such as burgundy or cream with mahogany splashes. So there are some that are very rare. There are even blue ones. So I'm looking forward to getting some of those someday. So these beautiful plants are not only beautiful to look at, tasty to eat, but beneficial for our health. So Nasturtium are an older flower. They were native to South America, where they were used medicinally and for flavoring dishes. They were imported to Spain in the late 1500s. These plants eventually graced gardens across Europe. Claude Monet, the Impressionist artist, planted an arched main allée, which he called an alley, at his now famous garden in Giverny, France, where he lived and painted from 1883 to 1926. Monet wanted a small fringe of flowers along the pathway's edge, so he chose to grow what he believed to be dwarf nasturtiums, T minus. Turns out they were ramblers, T major, that crept far into the pathway. He liked the effect so much that he repeated it yearly. And you can see the pathway here is just loaded with nasturtiums. So not exactly the plan. And it surprises me that it's not trampled from visitors, but it is a beautiful sight, even growing up into the trellised areas. So nasturtium do trail. They can be clipped. They like being clipped. So they get fuller if you clip them. And they really don't like very, very hot weather. So if you have a very dry, hot season, you may have trouble growing them. They would probably do better in the shade, but most people, like here in Michigan, we can grow them in full sun and they do very well as long as we keep them moist. I do tend to clip them because I like them bushy, and um, they grow very well for me. This year, I even started some in seed because I was a little concerned I would not be able to find plants. Last year was a real tough year finding plants, finding seeds, and a lot of people who love gardening decided that they weren't going to depend on people growing starts for them. And so they bought seeds, and there was quite a run on seeds. And even in January, a lot of the seed companies had already sold out with a lot of the seeds that they had harvested. So, it was kind of a challenge, and I'm very glad that I got my nasturtium seeds. So, um, I have already got some trailing, and I'm very pleased. They haven't budded yet, but the leaves look healthy, and I'm excited. And I love the shape of the leaves. So they're actually hardening out in the weather, even though it's April. They will still do really well as long as there isn't a frost. So the one of the things that people put them in their gardens for is to attract aphids. It's considered a sacrificial plant because if you have an aphid infestation, they're attracted to the color of the nasturtium just like they are marigolds. And some people don't like the smell of marigolds. They have a very strong scent, and they're great for deterring some of the other animals that don't like their smell. But nasturtium is particularly good for attracting aphids, and if you don't care for the smell of marigolds, then this could be an answer for you. I do like to put it in the corner of my raised bed so that it can trail, just as Monet found out in his garden area. So, one of the things that people use it for is that when this shrinks up and turns into a bud, it kind of looks like this, and people will make capers out of it. It's considered poor man's capers, and it's a pickling process that takes about 3 months for the caper to mature. So during the winter, you can enjoy these beautiful little capers. They have quite the little bite in them. People like them on fish, but they're considered the seed pods, and they're definitely edible, just like the rest of the plant. So the even the stems are edible. So nasturtium is a very good food forage plant. So the younger, more tender leaves will add some spice to salads, and the flowers always add interest in any salad that I put it in. I love to put the blooms on pasta salads, potato salads, those type of things that um, uh, that people eat. Just my granddaughters knew that I love to pick violets. Wild violets are something that I will add to salads, and they used to help me pick these. And I've often taken chive blooms and picked off the chive. So I love to use blooms in salads and as a garnish because they add interest and they add nutrition. So whenever you can add nutrition and get children excited about eating something, I think that that's a very good thing. So um, I'll leave a link for the caper recipe if you want to make capers from Nasturtium. Um, and also, if you want more recipes on what to do with the Nasturtium, of course, you do not want to spray them with anything because you want them to grow organically. I use like a kelp emulsion, fish emulsion, those type of things. I also use worm casting tea to fertilize my garden, and also the um, plants, that the veggies that I grow are all grown organically because you want the best nutrition you can get in your body. And these beautiful flowers are a great way to get antioxidants into your body. We know that antioxidants can support better digestion, respiration, and immune function. So it is a lovely thing. There's also recipes in making nasturtium pesto. A lot of times they will take basil and take your favorite pesto recipe, and instead of using all of the basil, you could use half nasturtium leaves. You can add in a few of the flowers. They have a bit of a peppery taste to them, especially the inside. If you pick the petals off themselves, they don't have the peppery taste. It's that very center part that becomes the seed pod that actually has the bite to it. You can see from this side view how the flower seems to sit on the stalk, and inside here is where that little seed pod is, that is quite spicy. Now, according to Dr. Axe, nasturtium can contain up to 45 milligrams of lutein per 100 gram serving, which is considered to be among the highest amount found in any edible plant. So, according to a number of studies, the essential oil, the extract from the flowers and leaves, and the compounds isolated from various parts of these plants have natural antimicrobial, antifungal, hypotensive, expectorant, anti-inflammatory, and anti-cancer effects. So food truly is your best medicine. And when we incorporate healthy eating as part of our plan for better health, it can be fun, and we can teach each other a better way of being healthy. So you can share a salad with nasturtium flowers and leaves and help somebody boost their health, and they won't even know it. Children especially love interesting and fun foods. So when you create your pesto, one of the ways I like to do it is to put it in ice cube trays, pop them out, and then put them in Ziploc bags and label the Ziploc bag, pop them out, let them thaw, and you've got a lovely pesto. If you want to have it with pasta, it makes it great. You can do a pesto pizza. There's a lot of wonderful ways to work with that. So I'll leave a link to Dr. Axe's article in the description below so you can read all the benefits of nasturtium. And if you've found this particularly beneficial, then I hope that you like and comment and share, and please subscribe. Also, if you have a particular bloom or question about flowers, I'm not exactly the expert, but I might be able to find the answers for you. I've been studying botany for the last 20 some years. I've been an herbalist for 45, so I do know a bit about plants, and I absolutely love them. They're a passion of mine. So if you have some personal things that you want to talk about, please email me at drmary@bornforhealth.com. Visit my website, www.bornforhealth.com. And there are plenty of YouTube videos on my YouTube channel about a lot of different plants and herbs that I've talked about. I've talked about how you can create different medicines for coughs, for a variety of things, wound healing. I plan on doing a tour of the different areas of my gardens. I have many different ways of gardening since I'm past 75. I have learned to do a lot more in raised bed gardening and tower gardening. And so when those are in bloom, I will take you around for a tour of my garden areas, and I will post that in the YouTube channel. So I hope that you found value in this presentation and on the culinary and medicinal benefits of eating and growing nasturtium this spring, and that you will share some of the fun things you learned with others. And perhaps I've imparted some information that you didn't know about nasturtium, and that if you have a particular concern, that you will email me, Dr. Mary at bornforhealth.com. So get control of your health by focusing on herbs and special foods, and be sure to share these videos with your friends. That helps me a lot in my cause in sharing that health is all around you. Be thankful for the people and gifts of nature. And I want to thank you for viewing. And until next time, this is Dr. Mary for the Health of It.